Okay, so I didn't realize when I was going to make the jump from writing in academics to writing fantasy or epic fantasy novels that there was going to be a drastic increase in cost for self-publishing a book. In the world of academics, all I needed was a proofreader because I was supposed to be the professional on the subject. And when it comes to fantasy, I didn't realize that I was going to need more than just a proofreader, and I'm going to talk about what I paid for all the different editors as well as the audiobook, and then would I do it again and what would I change for a book that is going to be coming out in May of 2026. So this is all fresh. Everything I have paid is within the last month. So these are going to be current prices and dates. So the first one is the big one that everybody talks about, and that is a developmental editor. I paid $2,750 for a developmental editor, and I'm going to make a separate video on this and would I do it again and what would I do different. But I actually think I could get away without doing the developmental editor and just going with beta readers. My beta readers gave me a lot of really good feedback, and I think that the developmental editor was just, for me, not worth the price. But I paid $2,750 for the developmental editor. Go ahead and let me know in the comments if you had better experience with developmental editors or what you're thinking on that, because I was on the fence and I reached out to several different editors and people who wrote, and they thought that developmental editing was super important. And so I went ahead and did the developmental edit, and it didn't really have a lot to offer beyond what I already got back from the beta readers. And the developmental editor that I chose was one of the top rated developmental editors that I could find. And so this isn't like I just went and found somebody who's never done it. They have done over 500 books for developmental edits, and they have published with a big five publisher themselves. So it's not like I just found somebody who didn't know what they were doing. They were good, they're professional, they were helpful, but they didn't offer much beyond what a beta reader would offer. So this one was also really hard for me. I actually come from the world of tech and technology, and so the AI part of me just wanted to AI a cover and do a cover design, but I tried to stay completely away from AI within every single step of the way of publishing this book. And I know in the world of academics or being an artist or writing in general, everybody wants to stay away from AI. So I did everything I could to stay away from AI, except I did make a cover for what I wanted to be my cover. And I sent that to the cover designer and I said, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Something like this. Now go ahead and do your own design, do whatever you want. And I paid $872 for a cover designer as well as somebody to make the map for the front of the book. And this was really hard for me because the AI covers were really good and I wanted to go with those, but I'm going to stick with the cover that the cover designers made. It's done really well. It just is more difficult for them to revise because they have to actually make it. They'll give you a sketch and then they'll give you another sketch of like partially finished, and then they'll give you the fully finished sketch of your cover, and you can't really make a lot of changes because then they have to start all the way over, and they're not willing to do that. Whereas AI can just pump you out a bunch of different covers until you find one that you really like, and then you can choose it. But I did not go that route. I paid $872 for a cover designer, which was pretty expensive, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do no matter what in all of my books. So there's that one. The next one, totally worth it, is the copy editor and proofreader. It was $1,980. I found somebody who was excellent and they did both of these together. Sometimes people will try to separate these. I had several people quoting me like nearly $4,000, one for a copy edit and then one time for a proofread, and I found somebody who would just put those together and they said I'm reading through it in one shot anyway, so I'll just go ahead and do it all together. So that was totally nice. So make sure to reach out to a bunch of different editors. I would encourage developmental editors, copy editors, proofreaders, whatever you're doing, reach out to several different people because you're going to be able to find people with different skill sets and then also people who will bundle things together. Now, the most expensive thing that I have had to pay for was the audiobook, and it was totally worth it above anything else. I tried the AI audio reading, I think from, I better not say because I don't want to get sued, from an AI reading platform, and it was fine. It was fine, but also I wanted to stay away from the AI. So I ended up paying $4,550 for the audiobook. And let me tell you, it was amazing, which means I'm going to hopefully sell at least 4,550 copies because it needs to pay for itself. but that was totally worth it. I know a lot of people can't afford that and may have to go the AI route for the audio, but if you can afford it, I would say that was probably my favorite thing when I got the audio back and I was able to listen to it. It was done so well, I just couldn't stop smiling. I was really happy with that. So my total cost, you can go ahead and add all of those together, is $10,152. That is a ton of money, and I hope that the book actually sells. I actually have some plans if it doesn't for what I'm going to do to try and get it out there, to try and get some sales. But that is how much I paid in 2026. If you're looking to do every single thing you can for your book and you're going to go through all of the editing and do an audiobook, that is about what you can expect to pay. I did go for a more expensive developmental editor. I did have some people come back with quotes about $500 to $700 cheaper. Maybe you can go that route, or you can skip the audiobook, or you can do an AI cover. I just know that I wanted to stay away from all the stigma that comes with AI, and I didn't want to have to check that stupid box when you upload your book to any platform that says I used AI. So I did everything the expensive way, and that is what it ended up costing. If you're curious if I would do the developmental editor, what I got back, and would I recommend it, you can go ahead and check out this video. I'm going to cover the copy editing and the proofreading also. Would I do both of those together? And what about the cover design? Is there another way to get a cover? And then also the audiobook. I'll share a sample reading and just show you the difference between a professional who does an audiobook versus the AI who reads the audio to you. There's a huge difference, and you can check those out in this video. Thanks for watching.